Okay, question number one. Tell us about the first time you met Allie. The very first time I met Allie was really awkward. Her teacher was going to set us up on a blind date, so he had me come to an Italian club activity and see who this girl was. He showed me where she was. I went over and sat by her and awkwardly talked to everyone around her except for her. And then that was kind of our first encounter, I guess. Because I knew she knew who I was, I knew who she was, but we didn't really talk at all. Um, the next time we actually talked was on our first date, I guess on the phone call before our first date. And that was when we went and played laser tag. Got in and out with a shake and a burger, and I let her drive my moped. So that was our second encounter when we actually talked. So that's that. Okay, question number two. What first impressed you about her? Well, Allie is amazingly beautiful. So obviously that's the first thing that you notice is just how pretty her smile and her eyes are. She has the most perfect smile I've ever seen. The shape, everything about her smile. Um, I also loved that she seemed she seemed just sweet. She's really just a sweet person all around, and that really impressed me about her. Question number three: when did you first think it might be serious? I remember before she went on her mission, um, a couple times I went to California or she came to Utah. And on her first trip out here to Utah, um, her and I went into my backyard and laid out a blanket and just laid in the grass and talked. And we talked about marriage and parenting, not specifically about us, but in general. What we thought about marriage, how we would want to be as parents, what we liked about our parents or would do differently. And I think that was the first time I had ever talked about marriage with anyone. And I could see myself getting married to her. And then she went on her mission, and I knew I was going to marry her about halfway through her mission. In February, we had a good day of emailing, not day, hour of emailing. I'll let her tell you about that though. Question number four: how did you propose? So I took work off, took half day of work off, went and got the ring, picked it up, and then drove straight down to Provo. And I had everything kind of planned out. There's this journal that Allie and I pass back and forth where we write letters to each other. And we'd been doing that for a little while. So I had written in the journal a little nice long entry. At the end of it, I had written, "Mi sposerai," which means, "Will you marry me?" in Italian. And I picked her up from class, surprised her at class, and she knew something was up because I had clammy hands. And I don't get clammy hands unless I'm really nervous or anxious about something. So she knew something was up, and we went to Heber and got milkshakes. And I told her we were going to go on a hike. So we went to this area that I knew we could kind of go just hiking wherever we wanted. They said they had open trails. And my plan was to have this journal and read it to her and then have the ring and propose. So we got out. It was snowy still because it was in February. And she thought she had lost the journal. we had it, so we were just passing it back and forth. It was supposed to be her turn to write in it, and I had snuck it from her house because I was waiting for her to just give it to me. Having written something in it, then I would just have it and be able to take my turn and write in it to her. But she didn't give it to me the day that I wanted, and so I had snuck it from her room, and she had texted, "Do you have the journal?"